Welcome to NIBM Global Webinar on Team Dynamics, the need for diversity. As a part of my profession as an organization development consultant, we do work with a lot of companies in different domains. And in all of these companies, as a part of the work, we do have very detailed conversation with employees in different levels. And we always say the strength of every company is the human resource, the team within the organization. That's why in the management world there is a saying, if you have an A-class team and a B-class idea, option 1. Option 2, you have an A-class idea and a B-class team. Go for the first option always. Because a B-class team can convert an A-class team can convert a B-class idea into an A-plus class idea. But if the team is B-class, they may degrade the A-class idea into a C-class idea. So it's very important, human resource and team within an organization. When we converse with people about the team, the major problem they all rise, I'm not working in a team where I'm very comfortable with. Then we ask the question, why you are not comfortable in your team? And the very general answer, many a times you all should be having that answer in your mind, my wavelength is not matching up with other team members. My nature is not matching up with other team members. The way I approach my profession is not matching up with other team members. This is a very common complaint, a common concern I have listened from many people when I converse in organizations. So I again penetrated into the matter and asked more questions. Why you think that you are having all these problems? And they say, my nature is very different from others' nature. Or those people's nature is not very, not coming in straight line with what my nature is. They all, or we all, want to work with people who think like what we think, act like what we act, and also perform like what we perform. Only if we are into such a team, we can be very comfortable. But let me tell you very frankly, here we have to look into the study of Dr. Meredith Balvin in Harvard University. He conducted a very detailed study about teamwork and he came up with a very interesting finding. And the finding is, if you are working in a team where all the people are thinking like what you think, their working style is the same as your style, and they act like what you act, the team will inevitably face failure. The team will inevitably face failure. To be successful, if you want a team to be successful, there should be more than enough diversity within the team. Different people in the team should be very different. And he come up with different roles. And he says, within a team, there should be people who perform different roles. Say for one example, he come up with an interesting role called plant. He called those people plant. And plant means people who are having very good ideas, concepts, thinking. So they would be living in the idea world. So if a team should be come up with an interesting idea, a plant should be there in the team. And second is just opposite to plant, not very opposite, but just opposite to plant, shaper. Shaper is a person not giving more importance to the ideas, the thinking. He is not interested too much in ideas, thinking, novelty, etc. He wants to get things done. He wants results. He wants implementation. He put any amount of pressure on top of other team members to get things implemented. That's what a shaper is. And the third one, an implementer. Implementer is a person who puts the idea of a plant into a proper structure and make it ready for implementation. He developed the structure, system, process, everything within the organization, within the team to make things happen. Another team role, a coordinator. Coordinator is a person who can coordinate the team activities. That person may not be one with interesting ideas like a plant has, may not be very good at implementing things, may not be very good at developing structure and systems for the team, but he or she would be very good at coordinating the activities, coordinating the manpower and connecting the manpower to the resources. That's what a coordinator does. Another very interesting role, resource investigator, RI, resource investigator. Resource investigator is a person who connects the team to the external resources, maybe to the clients, maybe to other teams, maybe to any other stakeholder. So connecting the team to resources outside. That's what a resource investigator does. And a team should be having somebody who has the quality of critical evaluation. And Balvin called those people monitor evaluators. They monitor the activities, monitor the projects, monitor the systems, evaluate it properly, and come up with a final conclusion or come up with their results. And there should be people who are very good in team working, lighter people with lighter minds should be able to spread energy within the team, work along with the team, put the team into very good cohesion. So team workers should be there. So plant, shaper, team worker, implementer, coordinator, monitor evaluator, resource investigator, and there should be some people who are into specialization. Balvin called those people specialists. If you are working in IT, into testing, in your team, to make your team successful, there should be people who are specializing into testing. If you ask them anything outside that domain, they may not be able to come up with an answer. They may not be able to perform really well. If you put them into a team and say that you be a very good team player, they may fail in the domain. But they are an ultimate specialist in what they do, a specialist. So these kind of people should be in a team to make the team very successful. And interestingly, all these people would be having different mode of action. I'll just give you one example. Take the case of a plant. A plant is a person who wants to sit, who wants to think, sometimes wants to be idle, sometimes wants to live in a different world. In a world of thoughts. A plant. But a shaper, he doesn't want to sit idle. He doesn't want to think too much. He doesn't want to be in silence. He wants always to be in a very vibrant environment. The plant should be ready to work with the shaper, and shaper should be ready to work with the plant to take the team into success. Otherwise, what happens? Say in a team, only monitor evaluators are there. They are very, very critical about all the things. They would be coming up with a lot of critical ideas and nothing will happen within the team. Say in a team there are only plans. The team should be filled up with new ideas, novel ideas, but no proper structure to take the idea into practice. No proper energy and vibrancy to implement the ideas. Say the team is only with specialists. They would be having too much of ideas about certain points, certain domains, but they may not be having any innovative ideas. They may not be having proper systems and structures. They may not be coordinating each other really well. The warmth within the team may not be there, and they may not be going for implementation at all. So let me tell you, when you work in a team, you have to shed one mentality. You have to take off one mindset from your current thinking, and that is, you cannot, or I would say, going one step ahead, you should not work in a team where all the people think like you, act like you, perform like you, and they all are having similar styles as you possess. You should not work in a team, because that team cannot be a successful team. That team cannot do anything successfully. You consciously has to decide to work with people who are diverse, whose thoughts are diverse, actions are diverse, performance styles are diverse, and even the thinking is diverse. So you try to, or I would say, you should be in such a team. Because only if the diversity is there, different people can play different roles in a team. And only if, quoting Meredith Balvin again, only if you go for such kind of diversity and different team roles, the team can be successful within an organization. Now, take a book and write it down about your team. Is your team diverse? To what extent your team is diverse? What more diversity is required in your team to be successful? And what is the role which you play? Plant or implementer or shaper or specialist or resource investigator or monitor evaluator, what is the role you play in your team? And are you playing that role in the best way? And if you want to know all this, you can surely go for a Balvin assessment. which also help you and your team to be really successful. But let me tell you, if you want the team to be successful, diversity is required. And again, diversity is the basement, the fundamental for successful team dynamics. And friends, for more information on this and to see and the watch, the feel, more such videos, visit www.nibmglobal.com. Thank you very much.